But I remember thinking to myself, this would be, a good chance for me to kind of put myself out there again and just see where I stand amongst some of the better marketers out there. And then I remember I got another message. And I'm like, is that who I think it is? Is that Russell Brunson messaging me?
Hi, my name is Vince Reed.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Vince Reed here, and welcome back to the DM. It's that time again. Hope you're getting a lot of value, and if you are, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and also make sure you're checking out the recap shows. I'm telling you, some people are telling me that the recap shows arguably are better than the DM episodes. I don't know. You be the judge. But with that being said, let's get this party started. Russell Brunson. I get this message, and my first thought was that was just a creative message to get my attention. It's not probably really Russell messaging me. And what was funny is that I hadn't really touched base with Russell for a while, because the last time that I had met with him was actually at a private event where I learned the invisible funnel. I know in a prior episode I talked about that event where I learned some of the principles of the invisible funnel, but I didn't share with you that that was actually a Russell Brunson event and an event held by another good buddy of mine named Dagan Smith. Now, anyhow, I see this message, and now I'm putting two and two together, and I'm starting to realize the genius of this guy, because a few weeks earlier, he sends me this package, and he realizes that a lot of marketers, especially that are caught up in their own work, they're focused, they're doing their thing, they're gonna see this package, they're like probably open to, marketing it and promoting it, but sometimes it can kind of get put on the shelf, which had clearly happened with me. So this follow-up message hit me at the right place at the right time, and I was like, okay, I definitely want to support this. And it was really cool because he agreed to actually send me an early copy of the book. And after reading a couple chapters, I was sold, and I was so excited. And I was excited about some of the prizes that you could win if you actually placed in this event. So let's talk about them a little bit. First place prize? No, can't start with first place. Let's back it up a little bit. If you finished in the top 10, you got to go to Vegas early when he was having his first Funnel Hacking Live event and mastermind with all of the top affiliates, which I thought was really, really cool. This was all loaded with tons of cash prizes and your typical laptops and phones and all that type of goodies and everything like that. But, in true Russell fashion, in another package that he ended up sending later, I open it up and I shake it and something falls out on my desk. What is it that falls out on my desk? How about a keychain with a Ferrari sign on it? And I'm like, no, he didn't. This guy is not about to offer up a Ferrari for this affiliate competition. And yes, he did. So anyhow, I'm like, okay, now you've got my attention. A Ferrari, I definitely want to do it. And then also, I believe in the top 10, you would win a Ferrari watch if you didn't actually win the Ferrari. So I said it was a win-win. If you finish in the top 10, you get to go to Vegas, be VIPs at the Funnel Hacking Live event, be presented with your prize live on stage. And he just really knows how to stack everything to get marketers really excited about promoting, just like all of the people like myself that promote ClickFunnels to this day. He's sending out, 2 Comma Club awards, 2 Comma Club X awards. These are all tools and things that you use to get people to promote. So I came up with my game plan to win, which consisted of 3 steps. Because I had the book early, I had an advantage, and I knew, because I have this experience in terms of promoting affiliate products, that if I played my cards correctly, I could get off to a really, really good start. I also knew that every marketer under the sun, including people not even in the digital marketing space, was going to be promoting this launch. This was a big deal. So what I did was I got the book, and during this time was really when my newborn daughter was just born, and I was like, nothing better than to just exploit my daughter and use her on the internet to help sell Russell books. Why not? She has no say in it.
What?
So I remember we went into my pool table room, and I propped this little toddler up onto the pool table, and I put the book in her hand, and that became my first ad to promote this book. For the book that even my newborn little girl can't keep her hands off of, and that's Russell's.com Secrets, the underground playbook for growing your business online. It absolutely slayed. People loved her more than the book. And just, I guess, because they liked her so much, like, we should just get the book. And that's exactly what they did. And that got me off and running. Now let's do what I do best, run ads, right? So I came up with a strategy. I said, what are the top most searched books in the entrepreneurial space? And I did a Google search and a list of books popped up. And one of the things that I've learned from the very beginning was that you never go out there and try to find leads. You don't have to go try to generate leads. What you do is you go where the leads already are. And in this case, people that are looking for books on business and entrepreneurial type strategies, they're already searching, they're already buying these books, they're already getting information about them, and they already have a lot of traffic. All I have to do is take a small percentage of that traffic and redirect that traffic to this new book, and that's exactly what I did. So I went from a list of 10 top books that people are searching in terms of the most searched books. That list turned into 50 and then into 100, and like most cases, no one else is bidding on the titles of these books. No one else is bidding on the authors of these books. So I set up ads on every single title, on every single author, driving them to essentially this book, and I was generating sales each and every day for a fraction of the cost. So I remember when the first list came out, I was excited because I was a newfound user of the tool. They really saved me from disaster. I was able to switch over to use ClickFunnels for my system. And I was excited because I wanted to go to this event. I wanted to connect with Russell. I was proud of what he was doing, and I wanted to be a part of this first Funnel Hacking Live event. And it would be cool to actually be presented with one of these awards on stage. So, the top 10 comes out, and I'm looking down the list, and I'm nowhere near the top 10. I'm like somewhere in the top 50, right? But I'm excited because you still got a lot of prizes and things, even in the 50th place. But that's not why I was playing the game. I was playing the game to win. So I decided to go all in, and I remember I knew exactly how I was going to do it. Shortly thereafter, Russell reached out and he said he was going to go on kind of like a book tour, but he was going to do it differently. He was going to essentially go live with people that were promoting the book. So ultimately what you can do was from your Facebook fan page, you could do kind of like a shared live stream. He was going to jump on, and all day long, for days, he was going to be going on different people's pages, doing these live talks, promoting his book, promoting Funnel Hacking Live, and it was pretty exciting. So I remembered, a rule that my mentor taught me, the same rule that helped him win my affiliate launch, was to be first. Well, and that, what I mean by being first was try to get Russell onto, my live first, because I knew if I was like the 15th person that he was going live with, everyone would have probably already bought the book. And I was able to be one of the very first people. I wouldn't say I was first, but I definitely was on the first day, and I would say within the top 5, which was really cool. And another way that I was gonna launch myself and catapult myself into the top 10 was to share this information with my steadily growing community and company. So what I did was simultaneously, by promoting this dual kind of like live stream, I was able to promote this event to the entire system, which was growing rather rapidly. And I remember I was looking at how many people were saying they were gonna come. I was promoting it as this really big deal, and it was really exciting. And then we did the launch, Russell showed up, and we had a great time kind of connecting.
You've always been so generous. I mean, from years ago when I first met you, I think what was that event you had? It was in Maryland, and it was
the Invisible Funnel event, me and Dave.
Invisible Funnel event, yeah, and that funnel went on to help me generate multiple 6 figures in like a couple of weeks. And
I got a chance to kind of, mess around with him about his first product. It's basically him selling how to create or make a potato gun to, today having $1 billion company. But back then it was just starting. It was definitely not anywhere near where it is today, but it was really exciting to be part of that whole, entire thing. So anyhow, we do the launch, and sales just take off. I remember looking, in my back office and seeing sales, and I'm like, man, I know that I've got to be, in the top 10 at this point. The new list comes out, and I made it. I made it to the top 10, and I remember just jumping up. I was so excited. All of my hard work, again, proving the fact that you don't have to have the biggest list. You just have to understand marketing and lead generation, and you can place in these competitions. You can show up. Okay, you can, show that you've got skills to pay the bills, and that's exactly what I did. So I remember battling, and these new marketers were coming up, and I was holding steady in the top 10, but I was freaking out. I remember just turning up ads, spending more money, money. And at the last minute, I remember Russell changed kind of like the whole concept of what we were offering. And he basically made it to where if anybody purchased a book, I believe you got like $20 or $50 immediately, or even $100. It was something crazy if you just gave away a free plus shipping book. Yes, a free plus shipping book, you got $50 or $100 every time you did that, and that just made it go crazy. And the reason he was able to do that is because he understood the value of a customer. He knew that even if he gave me $100 for every free plus shipping book he gave away, that he would make more on the back end. So when that happened, the competition just went into full effect. Marketers that I knew weren't even in digital marketers, just celebrities and other people were promoting it, just getting $100 pops, $100 pops. And now the money was coming in for just promoting this free plus shipping offer. And then it was time. It was finally time to announce the winner. And up until then, I was holding steady in the top 10. And what was really making this so suspenseful was that there was usually a few days, a big gap in between in which they would announce where you would place. So you didn't know if you were winning or if you had fallen out of the top 10. And for me, it was just about getting into that top 10. Obviously, I wanted this Ferrari, but I really wanted to hang out and obviously be part of that mastermind. So it was game day, right? It was the day that he was gonna announce who was going to win. And I was so excited. The emails were coming out and adding the suspense to the whole thing. And then finally he went live and he starts announcing who finished. And I wasn't in 10th place. I wasn't in 9th place. I wasn't in 8th place. I wasn't in 7th place. And now I'm like, am I gonna win this thing or am I out of the top 10? I'm like freaking out, right? So then it comes to number 6. And they announced my name. So I actually finished 6th. And I was excited to get into the top 10. Obviously I went for the gold, didn't win the Ferrari, but I was happy to finish in the top 10 and go to Vegas to attend this event and actually get my prize. Because it was cool because I got an awesome Ferrari watch, and if you watch a lot of these episodes, I'm often wearing it. It reminds me of all these times of just kind of humble beginnings and using the strategies that I've been able to leverage, that I've learned from so many amazing marketers through the years that have landed me in a lot of really cool, amazing places. So it's time to get off to Vegas. Unfortunately, my right-hand man couldn't make this trip, so it was just me and my video team, and we were excited. And what was crazy about it was like the first thing that we got to do with the individuals who finished in the top 10 of this contest was actually go to the Vegas Speedway and race exotic cars. I remember there were all types of cars, and this was really cool because there's nothing like a bunch of guys hanging out, and some awesome females as well, just talking about cars and having fun. So I remember I chose the Lambo, of course, so I got a chance to, drive the Lambo. I think I drove a Porsche, and I think an Audi R8 was the cars that I got to drive. And what was crazy about it was everybody was like put into this car with this like speed demon of a trainer, right? And you got to go around like 3 times in terms of was the training that they gave you to drive this car. And I remember like he's in the passenger seat, but there's a steering wheel over there in terms of the training car, and he's like, step on the gas all the way, and it's like this straightaway, and he's like, don't take your foot off of it. And like when I'm like coming up on the wall, he's like, don't let off yet. And I'm like, dude, I'm gonna run into this wall. He's like, keep going. And like finally he goes, all right, take it off, hit the brake and turn. And he grabs the wheel. I'm like, boom, and I turn, I do this like little thing, and I'm going the other way, and he's driving the car with one hand over here, and I'm looking at this guy over here, I'm looking at him, I'm like, this guy is gonna kill me. I came in for a mastermind. I didn't come here to go get flipped off of a track racing Lambos, but it was fun. So anyways, we have fun driving in Ferraris, Porsches, all these cars. It's really cool. And it was really the first time I got to connect with Jeff Walker, who, by the way, won the Ferrari. The man, the myth, the legend, the creator of the product launch formula. He was really cool. And every time I see him, we reminisce about this time. I remember after we raced, cars, we went to dinner, and it was just a great, great time leading up to the event where Russell brought us all up on stage, presented us with, our watches, and in Jeff's case, the Ferrari. It was just a lot of fun and a time that I will never forget. But enough with the learning stuff, enough with the, camaraderie, enough with meeting legends in the space. It's time to talk about Mr. X.
Access granted. Digital.
So I hit up Mr. X. Mr. X. Love that guy. So anyways, Mr. X says, dude, this is what you guys are gonna do. I want you and your video guy to go to this restaurant. It was in this new hotel that had just like opened up. I can't even remember what it was, but it was phenomenal. And he's like, I know a lot of people go like wine tasting and they do all this type of stuff, but this place you go to and you can actually try the very best whiskey in the world. You can taste all of the different types of whiskey. And I'm like, man, you're trying to get me drunk? I just got here, man. I'm trying to have a good time. He's like, no, you won't get drunk. You just take a little sip, but it's cool. You get to experience. And now when you go out, you can like have people try and you can like suggest different types of whiskey. It'll be cool. We have an amazing dinner. This guy, I don't know how he does it, but like the restaurants that he finds and the places that we go, just phenomenal. We eat and we eat and we eat some more. The people are bringing out additional food like always. I look up and the guy who is back there cooking, he comes out again and more stuff's brought out. I mean, it's just the same experience like always, just crazy. So after we eat, he goes, listen, I have a really, really busy night. I'm gonna be catching up with you guys, but I want you guys to go to, XYZ club, don't wanna say the name, at, a specific hotel, and I'm gonna have my assistant waiting for you. They're gonna walk you in. There's a party going on tonight. One of the most popular DJs in the world is gonna be there, and I got you guys right up there with them in the VIP section with the actual DJ. And I go, what? He's like, yeah. He's like, just be there and make sure you're there at like, 11:30, which I just find really crazy because we always get there at 11:30 or 12 and it hasn't even started yet. Like Vegas is wild, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. I meet there and he's like, ask for whatever the assistant's name is and they'll get you right in. So me and my videographer, we show up at 11:15 because I don't want to be late, right? And we get there and we see the assistant and they walk us right in. Like always, the Red Sea parts, people waiting in line, people just mad. We walk up, we get right in. They walk us through. Everybody's just like kind of like going crazy. People can't even move, and they're walking us through this VIP area. And we have to like kind of go up these stairs to get there. And right above us is the VIP area for the actual like DJs, where the DJ can kind of walk off the stage. And then there's this platform where I guess all of his people and the like other VIP exclusive people are hanging out there. And then there's like this like area off of that where everybody else is, and it's just like people packed, you can't even move, right? And everybody's in there, all these celebrities, and just it's just crazy. I mean, you're just like right next to people who you see in movies, athletes, actors, they're all there, right? So I'm having a good time and it's just getting started. And I finally say, so when is that DJ going to be headlining? Who are you talking about? Yeah, Steve Aoki. Like, when is he promote? The guy that throws the cakes. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, that guy is the guy who's headlining the night. And this is when he's at his peak. I mean, it's crazy. He's got cakes on deck. I mean, this guy's ready to throw fastball cakes left and right? So I'm excited. I'm like, this is gonna be a great, great time, right? I'm gonna see cakes hitting people in the face. I'm gonna, be sitting here hanging out with all these celebrities, and it's gonna be a great time. So I remember, I look to my left, and Jermaine Dupri is standing there. And I'm like, Jermaine Dupri's like, yeah, what's going on, man? And he's just chilling. What's up, bro? How you doing? He's all cool. He's like, man, you're too cool. Stop being too cool, Jermaine. We just out here chilling with Steve. That's all. Just chill out. Trying to be all too cool for school. So anyways, I'm talking to Jermaine and we're having a good time. And then somebody like taps me on my shoulder and he's like, hey man, I think something happened to your friend. I'm like, what do you mean something happened to my friend? So I like look around and I don't see, my film guy anywhere, because he's got like the secret like little cam, because that's how we get all the little clips like in the clubs. Don't tell anybody to get the footage. So anyways, I'm like, we got to get this footage. I got to see him talking for Too Cool for School, Jermaine Dupri. We got to get that on tape, right? So anyways, we're walking around and I'm like looking out. I'm like, where did he go? I don't see him anywhere. Now I'm starting to freak out because now I'm gonna miss all of the fun. And I go and I'm looking out. I mean, I'm telling you, there's just crowds of people. People are trying to get up. They're like begging me. They're like holding money up. I'll pay you to let me up there. I mean, everybody wants to be in this area. I'm looking around. I'm like, is that my videographer? Because it's like lights and it's bright. I'm like, is that him? Like getting escorted out by police? Thanks again for watching. I hope you guys are getting a ton of value. Be sure to like and subscribe. I want to know your thoughts. And until the next one, I'll see you on the internet. Later.